I'm the Mad Poet, Joy Freilich, and this is my reading Painted Eggs for Dead Girl, Easter Poems 23. There's a little dragon in her hair, and he's eating ice cream and drinking beer. Death is an illusion of time. In 100 years we might find the road to extinction, or wake up and drink that old wine you left on the porch. The river sings many songs late at night. West of the lawn, we must exist, but we cannot exist. The end is rabbits and fur. The canaries are old. The cage is rust in the ancient light of the broken sun. The cold wind lifts its arm, but it is only an illusion. The dust paints the grass. The lawnmowers are gone. Guess I'd best be crawling, since I only have one kidney. I prefer the nightmare music of the engine. I could say things. They weren't important things, but they were things you might want to say, especially early in the morning. Things people might like to hear. Little things that weren't easily forgotten. Very interesting things. Everyone remembered, like the sun shining on the green grass of a lawn before you got the lawnmower out of the garage. Things like that when you were young, a long time ago, and you had to mow the lawn. This is titled Alone Again. Oh, it's so nice. You wouldn't believe it. My house guest is gone. Hallelujah. I'm by myself again. The joy, the sheer joy of it. I'm free to write and read my books again. Alone. It's wonderful. This is titled Books of Disarray. Tornado in my house, books in disarray. Half back of my home covered in high piles of books and an avalanche. Oh yeah, the massive destruction you have to see to believe. God, the storm of paper everywhere. Reminds me of that flood back in '89. No, it's not that bad. No flooding, only paper, not water in this bad dream. But bad enough to scream, I don't care what they say. Not all books can be replaced. Interesting, the books that surface from a sea of paper dreams. The woods of many green-eyed serpents. All I want to do is go to sleep and read. Give me a glass of water. It is time to drown myself. Don't laugh. You thought it was funny. If you saw the flood, you would not. One thing is for sure, it's a lot quieter here now that he's gone. I don't like her, but I don't like him either. I guess I don't like anybody. Death of an eyeless girl. I'm going to disappear with the wind. Would you want to follow me? Children of the bottle. Children get up to chase the sun. I'm not sure where they get their energy. I don't think it comes in a plastic bottle like some kind of energy drink. But if you ever find a bottle of it, would you get me one? Hell, get me two. I'm not a child anymore. I get to go play with my books. This is going to be a good day. Why fight the tombstone rage? Doesn't matter what they write on your tomb, you're still dead. A bridge to the sky and beyond. Can you see it from here? Isn't it pretty? Would you want to come with me? I'll take you to this wonderful place. You will love all the pretty things. Wasn't that a Bowie, David Bowie, All the Pretty Things, or the Pretty Things song?
I think so.
I think it was.
Was it, Mom?
I think so.
I think so.
Inspiration.
That's right.
Remains of a poet that you can see in her eyes and cheap necklace. Evidence of the strange operation. In the lost poem he must have wrote yesterday. After my own heart. The little children have cameras and their eyes everywhere. I've heard about the hidden people behind the green edges of another world. Where little children and cameras are the outlaws of a new Disneyland. You probably wouldn't want my brain. Not that I need it for anything very important. Hell, sometimes it just gets in my way when I want to go in a certain direction and it wants to go another way. You can only imagine my confusion when I dust off some of the lost shelves that hide many things, and I see the climate change. International law doesn't concern me because I live in my room. Little Wolf.
Yes. Yes.
Behind the gas station that only sells gas to get away of brave days. We'll stop it for now because of that. Okay, we'll go on. Make books. We could make books. You can't make a book. You can't even be quiet. Listen, listen. What is it? That's a book. Falling. Falling. I don't know how I can make such a big mess, but I've been practicing for years.
Yes.
I titled this Ammo's Fire. The smoke always follows me, no matter where I am. This has been happening to me for many years and elicits many stares as I walk down the busy street and try to figure out where I am going and where I have been. In a city not known for campfires and the smoke that so often follows desperate men and sad girls. This is titled Hobo Philosophy. There's no reason for homelessness. There are a lot of big cardboard boxes. Listen to the smile, didn't it? You get your brain in a certain place. I didn't know it was going to be my last day on earth, but somebody did. I guess my brain was just in the wrong place, and I needed more nightmares and time. You were right. I would have been in a completely other state if I continued to listen to my brain. I would have been in a state of confusion, which is where I am most of the time anyway. This is titled House. You can walk by. I know her. House of Repression. With apologies to my parents for telling on them for punishing me so severely when I was a child. You can't do anything here. Mom and Dad are upstairs. They always say, you're playing your music too loud. They always did do that. But the voices from my stereo only whisper. Sometimes I'll read books. But if I'm noticed, I can't do that either. Stop reading that book, my mom will say. Yeah, continues my dad. Reading gets nothing done. It gets the book read, is my answer to that. Shut up, go to your room and stay there for 15 minutes. That is my punishment. And if I wipe, it gets even worse. That is a crime of high treason, and they tear up my Pulp Fiction. Ooh, those were the days. I had, therapy. I didn't quite go to the priest, but they wanted me to. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Yeah, I was bad. Listening to music too loud and not being able to read books. I had many eyes, and I wanted to. They really hated when I became a poet. Can you imagine? My mom said, "You have 1 year. If you don't succeed as a poet, we're kicking you out of the house." Like I could succeed as a poet in a year. Like, yeah, that's easy to do. I had many eyes. You think I'm joking about this? No. Like 1 year, I'll give you a year. I had many eyes, and I wanted to give them to the girl. The eyes would sing to her and dance with her above the quiet rooms.
Oh, no, I didn't. Hang on. Let me walk back
Wave again, wave to her.
She's videotaping.
I'm almost finished. But Dad is having problems. He's in the hospital, so it's chaos here at times because of serious problems. In 100 years, we'll all be dead, so nothing matters. And what if it did? My friend would often say, is everything we ever did went to hell in a handbag full of holes and black cats. The ancient pits, gosh, that's bad. The ancient pits always looked through the holes for a way out and escape from the madness of our Egyptian ways and the poison that was deadly if you knew the evil snakes in the woods. This is titled, the next poem, that's not the title, Deadly Fire. So I had a cool moment, and then others began to follow, until they started calling me a mean girl. There's no way I was going to put up with that, not even when I was in a good mood, because I knew that they couldn't touch me with those words. And I had just bought a new black dress in a dark wool, and was feeling more than a little misunderstood. When inspiration strikes, you better write it down, because it won't be there forever. I hear children in the distance. That doesn't mean I'm going to die, but I probably will if this show doesn't end before 9. This is titled Cowboys for Duke and Dash. They have these little suitcases they ride around on with the wind in their hair. They could be cowboys and horses that are a little bigger than them, brothers in arms, down there on the prairie, the tumbleweeds behind them. This is titled Hide. I had some fun writing these poems, and even if they're not any good, but I still have to hide from many of the people who read them. There were many places and long lines everywhere. It wasn't the same planet I used to live on when I was a boy. And this is the last poem. Wilderness of terror. And I lived on the bloody acres of yesterday's soil, and no early tomorrows. Mystery well taken, but seldom more thorough. The light of the full moon was usually quite yellow as I dug for the gold that was deep in the heart of the old crying poet. Happy Easter, everyone. Bye.